Dear humans, I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge, and your help, we can save them all.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. We've got some exciting things coming up in the community, and we're going to have a spay and neuter voucher sale, not this weekend, but next weekend. So it'll be on March 7th. So be looking for details. We're going to be there at our normal time at PetSense at 9 a.m. and you'll be able to get spay and neuter vouchers for your dogs or cats, doesn't matter if they're male or female, for $30. So make sure to watch our website. I'll have more information next week about the actual sale and the times and all the details. So just make sure that you watch again next week or watch our Facebook page, and we'll get some more pets in this area spayed and neutered, because we need to make sure we keep up with that, because we do have a full shelter right now. So if you will come out this weekend to walk dogs, we'll be there Saturday 11 to 1 to get all the dogs out. And if you come out, you can meet our pet of the week. We have Lucy. Lucy's been at the shelter for just a few weeks now. She was surrendered, so she is a Rottweiler, and she is a very sweet dog. She is heartworm positive, but the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill will raise money to get her treated. So if you're interested in adopting her, then she will be perfectly healthy and treated, and she is a sweet dog. So even though she has heartworms, they have not affected her to where she is not an active, happy, healthy puppy. So come on out and meet Lucy and all of the other dogs that we have out there. They love to get out and walk, and we should have some beautiful weather this weekend. And you can come out and meet all of the dogs and the cats. Don't forget that we have cats there too. You can come and pet the cats. We're not going to walk them, but you can certainly come out and see them. And then we can also find you a rescue dog, just like our special guest today. I have Steve Hartzell here. He is the Director of Pastoral Care at Coosa Valley Medical Center here in Sylacauga. So Steve, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Tara.
So tell us what your job entails. Let's talk about that first, because you're the director, but you also, of course, serve as chaplain for the hospital and hospice.
Correct. As a director, I have some administrative responsibilities, both in the community and in the hospital itself. As chaplain, my responsibility, I always tell our team that it's threefold. First of all, I take care of patients, provide spiritual care to them. I take care of families. Sometimes the most forgotten people are the family members who come in with their loved ones. And then the final responsibility is to our team members. Having nearly 600 employees, it's a lot of needs among our staff who don't leave it in the car when they come to work, and sometimes they just need a listening ear.
That's great. Well, you know, I hear so many wonderful things about you and about the hospital, and you know, we're so lucky to have you there at Coosa Valley to help everyone coming through, regardless of the reason. Like you said, patients, families, staff, everything. Right. So, you know, we appreciate everything you do.
Well, thank you.
And you also, when you leave work, you head home to, of course you have a wonderful family, but you have a special dog too.
I do. I have, my wife Tanya is the librarian at Indian Valley Elementary School, and our son Evan is a graduating senior this year at Sylacauga High School. But I go home to Pickles.
We got Pickles up on the screen right now.
That's our spoiled, rotten little dog. Well, she's not little. She thinks she weighs about 5 pounds, but she really weighs about 45 pounds. And we talk about how fluffy she is. Very loving little dog.
Now tell us how you got Pickles. Tell us her story.
We had, Tanya and I had, years ago, we had adopted, rescued another dog, a Chiweenie. Had gotten her from a place in Birmingham and believed very much in rescue animals and taking care of them. Her name was Peanut, and we had her for 15 years. Okay. And then when Peanut passed away, I was kind of done with having pets because it hurt our heart so bad when we lost Peanut. But after about 2 years, Evan and Tanya just wore me down and said they very much wanted another dog. And so we began the search, and since we believe in rescue, that's the route we went. We looked everywhere, all over, from probably Montgomery to Auburn to Birmingham to Gadsden, and finally connected with a rescue organization up in the Gadsden area that a friend of mine recommended they had used. And we located Pickles. Her name was Layla when we got her. She was about 12 weeks old, and connected with the individual that had rescued. She had about 20 rescues at any given time. And we went to Scottsboro, Alabama, and picked her up on a late afternoon, and she came home, stayed with us from then on.
So what drew you to Pickles?
Well, her photographs were just adorable. The look on her face, the coloring of her body, her long legs. My wife says that she is part terrier, and then my wife says she's part kangaroo because she's all legs. And so she was funny in her appearance and how she kind of wobbled around and ran. When we got to the house where the woman was with the rescue, she let Pickles out in the yard, and Pickles immediately came running to me and just jumped in my lap and laid her head on my shoulder, and the rest was history.
So you went to meet Pickles.
We did. They had
but then Pickles also chose you.
She did. The individual had a requirement. You had to spend time. She could see how you interacted to make sure. They did a background check on us to make sure we were okay. We had to have a fenced-in backyard, a whole lot of different requirements. But there was a time to meet and greet, if you will.
Yeah.
But Pickles did immediately adopt us, and then, as I said, came home, and from that point on, just been a part of our family.
That's great. Now, Pickles also has a Facebook page.
Let's
talk about her Facebook page.
She decided, I think, she wanted to be more famous than she was. She's well loved by our family and our friends and our neighbors, but she wanted to be known by a few more people. And so we created a Facebook page. It's called Life with Pickles. And some of the photos I think you're showing are from her page. And it just depicts a little bit of our everyday life with Pickles.
Well, I've enjoyed looking at her Facebook page. So make sure you follow Pickles' Facebook page because there's so many funny videos and so many things that Pickles has to share with everyone.
And she's a hilarious dog. She is a dog of routine. She wakes up at the same time. She goes to bed at the same time every night. Certain sounds trigger her, usually the microwave or something where she likes to eat the food we're having. She just is a very loving and kind animal. She does not like other dogs, so she's very careful when she's around other pets. She does not love other people until she warms up to them, and then once she does, she's their best friend.
She looks like such a sweet dog, so I'll have to walk over and meet her sometime when I'm at my parents' house.
Please do. Yeah, your parents get to be our neighbors. They know Pickles well, and your mom especially comments on pictures of Pickles on Facebook.
So you comfort people all day long. You help people through hard times. How much does Pickles help you when you get home? And does Pickles know when you've had a hard day or when you've had a day that's required a lot of your knowledge and work to help other people?
Being a chaplain is difficult some days. Some days it's the most rewarding job on the face of the earth. Some days it's also the most difficult days. Usually when we've had a death at the hospital or in our hospice work, or people are just struggling. And because of the nature of my work, I cannot share a lot of what I do every day, not even with my family. HIPAA violations are a very big deal, and I go home at night, I can't talk about the patients I've seen, I can't talk about the struggles we've had, the difficulties that day. And I think Pickles does sense that when I'm stressed out. She loves to lay in my lap or likes to lay on my chest if I want to be held down on the couch. She does like to sit and just kind of get extra attention the nights I think that I'm the
Yeah.
stress the most. And it is a great comfort just to have that. I started to say person, not a person, but the animal that you can tell everything to and who cannot repeat a thing you say.
She will be more of a person when Evan heads to college, I'm sure.
She will. She has a love-hate relationship with Evan at times. He can be a little bit more rough with her than she likes, and sometimes she likes that. But yeah, we say that she just kind of tolerates Evan most of the time, but she
Yeah.
does like him too. And I think it's going to be a big deal when he's gone. Now, as a senior in high school, he's so active in the community. He's involved in so many things, clubs and organizations, and helping and volunteering. So he's not at home as much as he was when Pickles was little. And now when he comes home on Life 360, it makes a sound when he comes home. And she runs to the door immediately and sits and waits there with her tail wagging, waiting for him to come. So it's going to be a big change for her too.
It will. But,
Probably some grieving for her.
But she'll still have the wonderful life she has at your house. And
She will, and she'll continue to be spoiled. And some of the photos I know that you saw had her wrapped in blankets, and she loves that.
and we shared that one. So
One of the ones that Evan is always posing her to post on Snapchat and other things, and he calls her his burrito. He'll wrap her in a blanket, and she just lays there. She won't move.
She's just happy to be in that
She's happy to be
blanket.
there. So I sometimes wonder if she knows what a good life she has compared to what it could have been, not being adopted or being left to
Yeah.
be a stray.
I think rescue animals know that.
She's very appreciative. Our last dog, Peanut, was the same way. She was always so appreciative of everything we did. Just seemed like she knew something was special
Yeah.
there.
So what would you, with you having a rescue dog like Pickles, what would you tell someone who is looking for a dog or interested in finding a dog at the shelter or rescue one?
First of all, I would say animals of any kind are huge responsibilities. We find for our family that the only time we really struggle is sometimes we have long days, and that means time away from her. When we vacation, we take her with us. She actually travels with us, a great traveling dog. But those are responsibilities you have to think about prior to adopting a dog or a cat.
Absolutely.
And it's a long-term commitment. We hope Pickles will live a long life. Now, I know being a bigger dog, her life expectancy might not be as long as our small dog that we have, but it's a long responsibility in life. So those are considerations I would take. I would also say find one that matches your personality. Pickles is just a hilarious dog. She loves to grab her ball and throw it up in the air, and she loves to run through the house with the zoomies, we call it. You have to accept all of that. There's wear and tear on furniture.
Absolutely.
One of the requirements we had, our previous dog, Peanut, shed a lot. She was a
Okay.
short-haired dog, but shed a lot. The requirement was we wanted a dog that did not shed. And so the day that we went to adopt Pickles, I actually wore a dark colored outfit like I'm wearing today so that we could see if her hair would get on me. And the whole time we were there, that entire hour and a half, I held her most of the time. Not one hair got on me. We got home, and the next week we were all covered in dog hair.
Of course.
So there are
Yeah.
those kind of considerations, and
Absolutely.
that they need your love, they need your attention, they need your affection. There are financial responsibilities too, between vet bills and then the cost of dog food and treats and all those things. So a lot of considerations.
A lot of good things to think about. Not every household needs a dog.
No.
But if you are a household that needs and wants a dog, then a rescue dog could be a great one to have.
And I
So-
would encourage, yes, definitely. Rescue is definitely the way to go. As I said earlier, they're so appreciative of everything. And it's just the right thing to do, not to have more animals on the street, being abandoned, being put down, all those
Absolutely.
things. So the more people who get involved, the better.
And the more people that spay and neuter, the better. So don't forget, we have our spay and neuter voucher sale next weekend on March 7th. And thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Follow Life with Pickles on Facebook. You can see all of Pickles' wonderful adventures on Facebook. And come out with us this weekend to walk dogs at the shelter. We'll be there from 11 to 1, and you can meet Lucy. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll have more Daybreak after these messages.